Hello! So today I am going to show you how to edit lumpy clothing, and this is the third time I'm actually making this video because the previous times something went wrong. So yeah, let's try this again. Okay, so what I have here is, you see all those lumps and bumps. What happened was that it's a stretch material with a stretch material, and it's the first time I've done a pleat with two stretch materials, so I thought it's smart to use a fusible interfacing under the purple oval, and then attach that, well, fuse that to the shirt and then stitch around it. That was apparently the wrong thing to do. So what I'm gonna have to do before I wear this anyway is I'm going to have to unpick all of that very tiny stitches and then cut out a new oval and then stitch it onto the shirt without using interfacing, which has its own set of problems. So yeah, but I'm gonna show you how you can fix something like this in Photoshop. So what I've done is I've already done the frequency separation. So you'll see I've got a low frequency layer and a high frequency layer. And I've already done all the rest. You can see the background is pretty smooth and everything. So all that's left for me to do is this thing. So I'm gonna take the healing brush tool. I'm gonna press Alt, take from there just to, oh, I see, that's on the texture layer, so that's why that isn't changing. Then here you can see you can fix some of it with frequency separation and the healing brush tool, but you probably won't be able to do all of it, and you have to be really careful that you don't pick up any of the black, that you don't go too close to the black, because then the brush tool will, you see there, it picked up some of the black, so you have to be really careful. See, that's not working there. So what I do then is I take the eyedropper tool and I go there, which is about the color you want. Then I go to the paint tool. Okay, then I've got something else there, reset brushes. Okay, then okay, that's a nice size. Then you say lighten. Actually, let's try normal, but I'm gonna go to 30. See, then you color that in, and there as well. And as usual, I would rather go with 30% opacity than more, because you can always go over and over again. Okay, so because this area is already lighter than that area, I'm gonna take from here to try and do it there. Oh, okay, great. And then I'm gonna take from there, and then do it there, and take from there, and go over that. And then, okay, yep, see, then I need to take again from here. There, I'm gonna, it's not gonna be that big of a difference, but let's see. Okay, that I'll show you how to fix in the next steps. Okay, so yeah, that's already much better, as you can see. Then I'm just gonna go to the high frequency layer and Alt that texture, and then just fix that little bit of texture there. And wherever else I can see some texture that's grabbing my eye. Okay, I think that looks good. I think I just want to darken that a little bit, so I'm gonna eyedrop there, and then I'm gonna say darken. Ooh, that's the wrong layer. Make sure I'm on the right layer, and then just darken that a little bit. Maybe there as well. And zoom out to see how it looks. It still looks a bit funny. But I do think it's this ear pressing against it. I'm pretty sure that's why. Just gonna do that. Okay. Okay, so I don't know if I really need to fix this. Let's see if I go healing brush tool and I take from there. Just to make it maybe a little smoother. Okay. Oh yeah, ooh, see there's the purple. If you go too close to the edge, you get that. But yeah, you can see there's some bunching on the outside as well. Black, because obviously the fabric is being bunched, so I'm just gonna darken that a little bit just around. Okay, so then I'm gonna go and save this. And then save as, and I'm gonna save it as a JPEG, so the layers are gonna be JPEG, so the layers are gonna be flattened. Okay, and then I'm gonna open it. Yeah, okay, open it, and then it's time for the dodge and burn layer. So I'm just going to put in a new layer so long that it, when it saves on a new one. Okay, and then just save it, and then it's going to be BSD again. And then I'm going to go back to the background layer. So see, it's still, that outline there is like really bumpy. So what you can do is you can take the spot healing brush tool, take that little thing out, and then you can see what you can do with it. But it's a bit tricky because it's really dependent. See, that worked better. It's really dependent on the direction in which you go with it. So it doesn't always do what you want it to do. So I'm gonna go to filter, liquify, and then zoom right in on that. Then take this forward warp tool. The size looks about right to me. And then you can just really, bit by bit, just kind of push the lines in the right direction. See, but you have to work slowly, because look, if you go too far, you can actually see the pixels look warped, and it's pretty obvious then that it has been tampered with. So you have to work slowly, little by little, so you don't have that like stretching of the pixels. Okay, hand to just to move it, and then there's not so much here. Looks a bit better on this side, but maybe that's just because it's more in the shade, the shadow. That you will have to fix with something else. I'll show you how to do that. Just wanna. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. So then you can say okay, and then it's gonna do it. And yeah, see, that already looks much better. So now this part where that part is like totally in the shade, so it's like basically black. You take the healing brush tool. I'm gonna make the brush a little bit bigger, and then I'm gonna alt from there, and see, then you can kind of just. Okay, that's not perfect. I'm gonna have to go a bit lower. What I'm gonna have to do. No. So you have to kind of do it over and over again, which can be a bit annoying. I'm gonna take from there. Oh no. Yeah, see, that looks better. So it takes some doing it over and over, especially because you don't want it to look like you took one little piece and just kind of like stuck it, you know, next to each other like this. You don't want it to be that obvious. And here with the teddy bear, I'm probably gonna have to use the same tool just to cover that. It's a bit tricky when it's something round like this because you want to obviously keep the shape, but I don't think this tool is going to work. It doesn't work that well. I had I had Photoshop CS2. I had a version of it, and now I have this free version of it because they made it free because I guess because it's so old. This one doesn't work exactly the same as the one I had. I'm not sure why. I think maybe the one I had was like already a bit of an update to this one. You know, like it was like CS2 point something. But oh well. You make do with what you have. Because it is very expensive to buy the new one, so I'm just gonna make do with what I have. Okay, yeah. But yeah, so you see it is a bit of a painstaking process. It can be it can take quite a while. If you want it to look good, you have to do it bit by bit by bit. But what I'm gonna do here as well is I'm gonna take some of that black, and then I'm also just gonna say darken, and just that little bit, especially on the places where I fixed some of the white fur. Yeah. Okay, but let me just zoom out. See, there you can see it's not perfect yet, but it's a lot better. Much better. I'm gonna lighten this a little bit. Just this. There. And then let's take healing brush tool and see if I can just fix that a little bit. Yeah, that looks better. Like I said, it's still not perfect. You can always just save it. You can always go back to liquify, which is what I'm gonna do now. You can always go back and edit it some more. It's better that way, because if you try to edit too much at once, you might overdo it, or it might end up looking, you know, obvious. And the whole thing, well, what I want to try and do with editing photos is, yeah, I want to edit it, but I don't want it to look edited. Like, I want people to look at this photo and think that this shirt looked good to begin with. I don't want them to look at this photo and be like, oh, okay, she had to fix this whole shirt. Yeah, I don't want that. So let's see. It helps to zoom out to get the bigger picture. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eyedrop again and then say normal. It's going to the wrong place, and then make it a bit bigger, and then just go over that a little bit without making it look too two-dimensional. Let's see. Now you have to zoom out. Okay, yeah, that looks good. And then I'm just gonna, like, you can see where it goes like this on the black. It's also making a brighter spot. So I'm gonna eyedrop, let's say from there, and then I'm gonna say darken, because I think the dark areas are probably dark enough. And then I'm just gonna darken those lighter areas, because I don't necessarily want the dark to lighten. And then I'm just going to take from there, because this is already lighter. Okay, and then yeah, you need to just zoom out again. Yeah, that looks good. Now I'm seeing that part. Let me go in there. See, that dark is a bit too dark. I'm going to take from there. I'm going to say normal and just go over it. What makes it a bit tricky is that this shirt is like ribbed material. Has very fine like ribbing. So yeah, see there, you can easily lose the texture of the shirt, and then it also stands out. So I'm going to take the healing brush tool from here, and then just kind of, yeah, just kind of add back that texture. If it's just a plain, like really smooth, flat fabric, that makes it so much easier, because if you lose a little bit of the texture, it's not as noticeable. So here I'm going to take from there, but I'm going to say darken because that light piece is standing out to me. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so that looks much better already. Just going to darken that a little bit. Actual stitching line a bit as well, just to make it blend in. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That looks a lot better. I'm just gonna take healing brush tool from there and just try and make this a bit more smooth. Just try to make the gradient smoother. Yeah. Okay, well that is how I do it. And you can do this, for example, if you have a seam that does that bubbling thing, which some fabrics are prone to do, you can do it there. any kind of lumpy thing, basically. You can do the same kind of thing. Okay, cool. So I hope this time the video is fine, because I really don't want to do this again, and I'm actually running out of photos I can use to show you this. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.